Thanks for taking a few minutes to watch this video from virtualroof.com, where we provide cloud computing services that allow your employees to work anywhere in the world and still be under one virtual roof. We do this by hosting over 300 software applications and their associated data. Those applications can include Microsoft Office, QuickBooks, Act by Sage, Peachtree Accounting, and many, many more. Everything that you see in this video today can be run from a Windows PC, from a Mac, from a Linux machine, from an Android tablet, or from an iPad. If you'd like more information about our company, you can go to our website at virtualroof.com. You can do a search for virtualroof.com on YouTube. You can email us at info@virtualroof.com, or you can call us at 866-932-2281. Okay, so I saw this post today on LinkedIn asking about making name badges in ACT and actually importing those. I'm going to go to our virtual desktop real quick. I have my LinkedIn page here, and you can see the question here that Rick is asking. And specifically, he's asking for a particular Avery label or badge template to be imported into ACT. The first thing we need to do is we need to go to the Avery website. So I'm going to do that now. And it's just avery.com. And the reason we want to go here is we want to pull that particular template up and see what the dimensions are on that template, because it's really easy to create new label templates in ACT, but you just need to know the dimensions of the label of the template you're trying to do. The name badge templates, there's nothing special about them. It's just a sizing issue. So you just have to come in here and figure out what the size is. So we can see here it's a 3" by 4" size on that, and also we can download the template for it in this first one up here so we can get more specifics about it, which I've already actually done that. So I'm pulling this up now, and I'm in the page layout area, and what I want to first of all do is look at what the margin settings are. So they're 1" on the top, 0.57 on the bottom, 0.34 left, 0.31 right. So I've got that information, and now I'm going to go over to the table area, and I'm going to go to the layout, and I notice that it's 3" by 4" there. And it also looks like there's no margin or no gap, or very little gap in between them horizontally and vertically. So, and if you'll also notice, my cursor is blinking right dead center, which means that this is this particular label or the name tags are centered, which would make sense. So let's go back to the virtual real quick. I'm going to go over to ACT and pull up my ACT database. And the way I'm going to create this label is I'm going to go to Reports. It's actually under the Reports pull-down menu, and you click on New Template. And when this dialog box pops up, you go over to the right and click on Contact Labels, and you click OK. And it's asking for you to pick a template size or a template that's already in there. And as I said, these name tag templates are not going to be in the system already. So what I'm going to do is pick one that's pretty darn close to what we're looking for. And this one right here, this 5164, is 3 1/3 by 4. And if you remember, the label that we're looking for is actually 3 by 4. So all I'm going to do is change the height to 3. I'm going to change the width. Instead of 3.9, I'm just going to go ahead and change that to 4. And the top margin is 1" if you remember from the Word document that we had, or the Word template that we had up there. The left margin was 0.34. And the right margin was 0.31. Okay. The vertical space is set to 0.1 on this. I'm just going to set it to 0.01. Oops. Don't need a second point, so just 0.1. Okay, and 2 across. because those labels, those name tags, were 2 across and 3 down. There were 6 per page. 5164 has that same setting. So I'm going to click OK on that. And I've got my template up here. So all I need to do now is add the fields from the ACT database into here. So I'm going to draw a field. I clicked on the field option over on the left hand side, and I drew a box or a rectangle for the field. And I'm going to select contact. I'm going to pull the check mark out of include label because I don't need the label on here. Otherwise it'll say contact and then the contact's name. And so I put contact on there, and I'm also going to add the company just in case you want the company name also in these labels. And now I'm going to hold my shift key down and click on both of these. So I've got them both highlighted. I'm going to make them both bold. I'm going to change the size to 16, and I'm going to center them. Okay. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make my contact field larger so the person's name shows up larger than the company name. And I'm going to move the company down just a smidge. And we're going to see how this looks. Now before we do that, I'm going to switch back to my ACT database, and I'm going to create a lookup, or I'm going to switch to a group so I don't have my entire database trying to create labels here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to use the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and my leads group that I belong to there, and I've got 19 folks in here. That's a great number. So I'm going to go back over to here, and I'm going to test this. I'm going to go to File and Run Current Lookup, which will be those 19 records, and click OK. And let's see how that looks. There you go. Okay, so what I would suggest doing is printing this out on plain paper, and then take your labels, your 5392 labels, and hold them up to a light to see if they fit within the margins of the label and see how well that fit is. And if it's not exactly the way you want it, just make a little bit of adjustment. So that looks pretty good as far as I'm concerned. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to click on File and Save As. And I'm going to select 5392 name badge. Click Save. And then we're going to close out of this. And we're going to go back to the ACT database. And all I've got to do now is, anytime I want to print those labels, I just go to File, Print. I change my selection to Labels, and there they are, 5392 name badge. Click on Print, Current Lookup, Preview. Boom, there they are. That does it. Once again, thanks for taking a few minutes to watch this video from virtualroof.com. Keep in mind that everything that you saw us do in this video can be run from any of these computers or devices. If you'd like more information about our company, you can visit us at our website at virtualroof.com. You can do a search for virtualroof.com on YouTube and watch some of our other videos. You can send us an email at info@virtualroof.com, or you can call us at 866-932-2281.